In this video, I have my hands on the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G. This phone available through most of the US carriers such as Metro by T-Mobile, T-Mobile, AT&T, Cricket, Straight Talk, and some other carriers. So in this video, I'm going to do unboxing and full review. So we're going to tell you the specifications, the performance, my opinion. Also, we're going to show you pictures, samples for the camera. And this is Variety Stick. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up. And without any further ado, let's find out. Now let me begin with the pricing because I know a lot of people are curious about price. Now if you currently purchase the phone from Metro, which is the same unit I have here, the phone will cost you free if you start a new activation. Means like new number, just go sign up, and if you're qualified for a new activation plus with Metro, then the phone will be absolutely free. Same thing if you port your number over from a different provider. Now for the exist customer, unfortunately the phone is still available for $179 if you qualified for upgrade. Now if you're not qualified for upgrade, means you have to pay the full retail price, which is $239. Will apply for those people willing to buy the phone unlocked. So the retail price will be $239 as of right now, and always keep your eyes on the price because it keep change by the time. And now let's take a quick look on the main specifications. Let me begin with the display because the display witnessed upgrade for the specification from the predecessor Galaxy A14. For the first time, the Galaxy A15, one of the budget phone, has Super AMOLED display, so we're going to expect more brightness and more true colors, which is something good to see in this affordable device. The size of the screen will be 6.5 inches. Screen to body ratio is going to be 84%, which is considered like the other Samsung phone from the same series, and the resolution is going to be 1080p, the ratio 19:5:9, and the amount of ppi will be 396. I will explain more and show you in details the screen quality later on this video. Now for the operating system, the phone is loaded with the latest Android operating system, which is Android 14 with One UI version 6 from Samsung. Is a custom operating system. Also this UI has some improvements from the predecessor. We're gonna give you overlook on the new changes later on in the video. Speaking of the hardware, starting with the chipset, we have MediaTek MT6835 Dimensity 6100, which is still considered a budget processor. You guys not gonna expect a huge jump in the performance between the 14 and the 15, but it's gonna be decent. Now the phone has 128 gigabyte storage, which is absolutely great, with 6 gigabyte RAM. Now for other people willing to buy more storage, it's available also with 8 gigabyte of RAM, especially for people buying the unlocked version or the international version. Those people, they're going to be able to get more storage, and of course the phone take SD card up to 1 terabyte if you need more storage. Now moving to the camera, same as the previous phone, we have a triple camera on the back, 50 megapixel, 1.8 aperture, wide lens, and we have ultra wide 5 megapixel and 2 megapixel macro. So we're not going to expect also huge improvements for the camera, but later on we'll show you the performance. For the front facing camera, 13 megapixel wide, and both back and the front camera be able to take video up to 1080p at 30 fps. I would like to see like 4K video or more improvements on the frame rates. At least give me 60, but it is what it is. This is still a budget device. Now for the battery, the phone has also the same as the Galaxy A14, 5000 milliamp, but a little bit improvements on the charging speed, 25 watt. Now let's do a quick unboxing and have my first look on the phone, my impression. And by the way, this package may be different from carrier to another based on where you purchase the phone from, but this is a Metro and T-Mobile. Is going to look like this box over here is going to show you the name of the phone, also look of how the phone is going to look like before you even unlock the phone. And by the way, the phone, the carriers has only this color, which is blue black, and this is a very nice color in my opinion, but unfortunately there is no more options for colors if you ask me. So let me go ahead, open this box, and this is paper box, by the way. All the material made out of eco-friendly materials. As you guys can see, the phone used to be wrapped in plastic, no more plastic, so we have this paper wrap. Remove this wrap, and here we go. This is the phone. Now the phone has a fresh look design, as you guys can see. The back of the phone more smooth and kind of shiny. It's not glossy, but it feels so smooth in the back. That means the phone is very slippery. Highly recommend to get a phone case. Also, this phone has very sharp edges, as you guys can see. SIM tray, so the phone takes SIM card. Doesn't have eSIM if you ask me. Fingerprint also dedicated on the power key, volume up down key control, and the C-type to charge, headphone jack and microphone and a speaker. Let me set this on the side, just look to see what else comes in the box, which does not come with anything except the cable and some manual instructions. It's going to be just this tiny. I don't think so anyone will read this. And also we're going to have a SIM ejector tool. Now pretty much this is everything included on the box. So it's just the phone and a few accessories such as C2C cable to charge the phone. Moving back to the phone, by the way, this phone, Samsung never mentioned if the phone is rated to be water repellent or water resistance. So I don't think so the phone is water resistant. So stay away from any liquid, because Samsung, they did not say anything. Even that I believe the phone should have some sealing on the SIM card tray and the C-type charging, any opening on the phone. But to be on the safe side, I would say stay away from all of this. Now we're going to turn the phone on, spend some time, and we're going to come back in more details and more information, so stay tuned.
2,000 years later.
Now after spending quite some time with the phone, let me start with the design and the build construction. Now for the build, you guys will expect the phone will be made out of plastic, the back and the frame of the phone. And I don't think so you're going to be comfortable grabbing the phone in your hands due to the sharp edges that the phone has over here, and also the phone is kind of bit chunky, and the same problem I have with the Galaxy 14. You guys are going to expect the same problem. But I like the design, the way the phone feel on the back, and it's not fingerprint. And I believe Samsung has made a fresh new design to the phone, which is something nice to see. But on the front, I don't like the notch over here, but it's okay to a certain point. And this phone also still affordable device, so I don't have much complaints due to the price of the phone. Now the fingerprint is available on the power key, and it seems to me very accurate. It works with no issues. Now if you don't like the fingerprint, you can always set up face unlock, and it seems to me work with no any issue. Overall, I don't have much complaint about the build and design of the phone. I understand it's a plastic. I'm not going to ask for more than this. And the only thing I don't like, as I said, the thickness of the phone, the notch, and the sharp edges. But if you get a phone case, will make the grip of the phone a lot better. Also put in your mind the phone is very slippery. Now let's talk about the display, and in my opinion Samsung has done so much improvements from the predecessor by adding Super AMOLED display, also with 90 Hz refresh rate, so you guys are going to see everything is smooth due to the high refresh rate. Also the brightness level is absolutely great in this device. I can't believe how much brightness level this phone has. I normally even have half of the brightness, and I'm able just to see everything fine even if I go outside using the phone. So I don't think so you're gonna have any issues. The screen is very colorful, very vivid. The angle of view is great. So I would say I have zero complaint about the display. Yes, it's 1080p, but this phone is not big phone. It's not like a huge on the size screen. I would say 1080p will be more than enough. And almost we have 400 ppi for the display. So in my opinion, the display is absolutely great in this phone, and I have zero complaint. Now for the operating system, the phone has the latest operating system, Android 14 with One UI version 6 from Samsung. This phone has customized operating system. I mean, this also has witnessed some improvements with Samsung, like for example now the notification bar or the status bar, it's more organized and transparent, as you guys can see, and has a lot of bunch of features. Unfortunately, I won't be able to cover on this video, but I can give you one example. You can set up modes on this phone. For example, you can choose that you are working or sleeping time, and the phone will adjust itself based on your preferences. For instance, if you put like I want to go to sleep, then the phone maybe gonna go to don't disturb mode by itself till you wake up and change this mode, so that way nobody will bother you. Speaking of performance of the operating system, I haven't noticed any delay or problems or the phone freezes, so it seems to me working perfect with no issues. It has good harmony between the operating system and the hardware of the phone, and I have no complaints. I will be making dedicated video about all the software features later on in this channel, so guys make sure to subscribe in order not to miss this video. Now speaking of the hardware performance, and let me be very clear about this. Now the processor on this phone is not considered high-end processor. It's a super budget processor from MediaTek, MT6835 with Dimensity 6100. Still not considered fast processor. Even if you look to the Geekbench score, the Geekbench score is not that high. But after using the phone, playing video games and check performance, most of the video games I play flawless. No problems, no lags, no drop on the frame rate, and it seems to me you will be very satisfied with the performance based on the memory, and the RAM on the phone will help the processor a lot. So I believe also the GPU does a great job with this phone. We have Mali G57 for the GPU to process the graphics. So based on the video games that you're gonna play, I doubt you're gonna have any issues, except maybe in a few games that require a lot of graphics. But most of the video games on the cell phone, they're not requiring a lot of graphics and GPU. Most likely you will be fine in my opinion. Now speaking of the battery performance, since this phone is still a new device, using the phone for the first time, it took me about 14 hours screen on time, up to 2 days, an hour and 40 minutes to fully charge from 0% to 100%. These numbers will change in the future because battery won't hold up same as the new phone, and you guys gonna expect in the future the performance of the battery will be dropped. So let me say on 3 years you guys gonna expect 10 hours screen on time as average, and this is in my opinion still very reasonable. 5000 milliamp on the phone that doesn't have powerful processor, I would say it would be also decent, and I don't think so you're gonna have battery issue on the phone. Now the last thing I'm going to talk about will be the camera. Speaking of the main 3 camera on the back of the phone, taking pictures in different situations, different lights. The phone is able to take pictures in crisp and very sharp if you're taking pictures with enough light. The image quality will start drop once you take pictures during the night. The phone has night mode, but still you're gonna see a lot of noise on the pictures and they're not gonna be the best results. That because the camera is very poor on this device. Since this is a budget device, this is very expected. The nice thing about the phone has the ability to give you 2x zoom with no crop for the pictures, and up to 10x zoom if you want to zoom in, but the image quality is going to be cropped and it's going to be pixelated, and you guys not going to get the best result. Front facing camera surprisingly was great. I didn't have any issue, and it has also kind of ultra wide and portrait, which is will take decent pictures with some filters and beauty mode that the Samsung software offer. In addition to this, the phone has slow motion. It will capture slow motion video on 240 FPS with 720p resolution, so the quality is not going to be good. And the phone offers macro pictures and also landscape mode and some other things we have seen before. Overall, speaking of the camera, it's decent. If you don't take pictures during the night time, I don't think so you're gonna have any complaints or whatsoever. Now, my final opinion about the phone, the Galaxy A15 is a decent device, offer a great experience for the display, the battery, the performance. The phone's well optimized, has the latest operating system. But be careful, if you're buying the phone from Metro, getting a new number or switch your number from a different provider, you get the phone for free. This is absolutely great. Now, if you buy the phone for upgrade for around 150, also this is still a good deal. But if you're paying the full price, which is $240, in my opinion, this is overpriced, because you can go with the Galaxy A54, offer faster processor, better camera, and better specifications in general. At least this is my opinion, but you can leave your opinion in the comment below. Give me a thumbs up to encourage me to upload more videos like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching. As always, we will talk to you in the next video.